Hi guys, welcome to the new edition of Indoor Garden with Moni, Garden at Home, Grow Your Own. About 10 days ago, I took some green scallions that I have from the supermarket that were a little bit past their prime, and I just basically cut off the green scallions, but I kept the roots and replanted it so we could grow some more. Scallions are one of those things you can grow all year long indoors, okay? You don't have to put it outside or any of that fun stuff. As long as you have a flower pot and a garden lamp, you're good, okay? So remember 10 days ago, it was down to here, remember? See where the white stuff is? That's where and then look how much it has grown, like within 10 days. Now, as you can see, these tips up here are a little bit yellow, and that's because they've grown. I've kept them under here, and what happens, as you can see, and I was telling you about this last week, is that sometimes, they touch the bulb when they get too long. And this is why it's good to harvest your green scallions as much to use them to cook or whatever you're going to do. When I say harvest, I mean eat them, okay? So my original plan was, when these scallions got really long, was to put them on my chair and then turn the garden lamp on them, because the garden lamp is positioned much higher. But sometimes, as you know, when you're indoor gardening your food, sometimes we don't eat it all the time and it just sits there because we're so in love with how pretty it looks. But when I put it under here and it's grown this long and the tips are going to burn from the garden lamp light, it forces me to harvest this. That means I have to figure out something to do with these green scallions, okay? And I got the perfect recipe for you. Fried polenta with cheddar, cheese, and scallions. Which are these? Green onions, scallions, the same thing. And once again, I just took some scallions that I had in the refrigerator that were a tad bit past their prime. I cut off the scallions and just replanted the roots. That's all I did. And within 10 days, this is what we have. This isn't bad, okay? And the tips, once again, are a little bit brown because they were touching this garden lamp, okay? And when that starts to happen, you just need to cut these babies and just put them in a recipe or something, okay? So this is what we're going to do. I love polenta. I love it, love it, love it. I have some right here. Okay, yeah. Yes. Fried polenta with cheddar, cheese, and scallion. That's what's for dinner tonight. So I have some polenta here because I cook my polenta in bulk because I just like to flip and do different recipes with it. So I always just keep it handy. Okay, so I just cooked this today, and it's a little firm, which is good because that's good for frying. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to harvest some of this scallion right here. So we're just going to take this, and remember, we just got to pinch. And I'm going to take the longest one for the obvious reason, because that's touching the lamp and it's like all, it's just doing too much here. So I'm just going to pinch it just like that. And no worries, scallions grow back very, very fast. Okay, it grows all year long, just like kale. Keep harvesting it, okay? So I'm going to take my little scallion here. And if your scallion is limp like this is because it was cramped under the light, that's cool. It's no problem. It's still good, okay? And we got a little, see that yellow tip there from touching the light? So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do this. Just do this just like this, man. It's the beauty of, and I'm putting this in a bowl of vinegar water. I'm not sure if you can see it there. A bowl of vinegar water, because remember, even though we're indoor gardening, still proper to clean your veggies. Vinegar water will do the trick. You don't have to go to the store and buy like okay, I lost this guy. You don't have to go to the store and buy an expensive vegetable wash. Okay, so now I'm going to pick another one. And you see all this? This is going to be grown again, like within a couple days. So I have some more. So I'm just going to do this. Put some more scallions in there. And another one in there. I'm obsessed. Okay, I am getting obsessed, so and this one is getting a little bit long here because I see the tip is brown because it's probably been touching that garden lamp light. So look at that. And I'm going to show you this up close. So the only thing I'm doing is pinching. That's all I'm doing, pinching. Okay. And then I'm going to take this little thing here, because that's a little brown. It's probably touching the garden lamp, whatever. That. Now, I'm just going to do this. Just put it right in that bowl. Okay. And because I know these green scallions grow back really fast, I'm just going to do another one. I'm going to show you. See, right there. Just going to put that right in the bowl. Okay. And that's getting a little too close to the bulb for my taste. So this is what we're going to do. So we always do. And remember, these scallions are going to grow back in no time flat. So we're good. Oh, almost took the whole thing out the root. Put it right in the bowl. Bam. Vinegar water. Okay, that's all you need to do. Okay, and this is nice and clean. Vinegar kills all germs. Okay. Kills all those germs. Kills all those germs. Kills all those germs. This is all the scallions I need for my recipe. I think this is all I need for the recipe. Okay, so now I'm just going to rinse this. You can't see it, but I'm pouring this vinegar water out. Okay. And now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to rinse this off with some filtered water. Give me a second, please. Ah! Oops, did I kick the camera? It looks like I did. But guess what? We're back. Okay, so I just rinsed this off with some filtered water because remember, when we're rinsing, we don't want to rinse or clean vegetables with tap water. That's a no. Okay. All right, so now we've soaked in vinegar water and we've cleaned that little mess there. You're going to make a mess. It's just a scallion. And some of the brown stuff is just the soil. That's okay. You know, it's indoor gardening, remember. And this is fresh soil organic soil that we only use indoors. Okay? Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is take these scallions. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you actually cut these puppies up, cut these scallions up, we're going to, it'll be enough to be good for our recipe, which is our fried polenta with cheddar and scallion. All right, so I'm just gonna move that over here so you can see what I'm doing. Just doing this, cutting up these scallions, doing it nice and pretty, nice and pretty. I kind of want some more scallion. I think I'm gonna grow another pot of scallion. I think I want to have 2 pots of scallions growing. Because scallion, man, is good for soup and everything in between, man. Oh, got some more. Oh, all right, good. Okay, so as you can see, I'm only gonna use this much scallion for my, this much scallion. I'm obsessed. It's a scallion hide there somewhere. There we go. Ding. But now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to dice this up a little smaller. Okay. Yum. Yeah. I don't want to go overboard with the scallion. I'm really tempted. But, here we go. Okay. So now, what kind of cheese are we going to use? Now, I'm going to use what I got in my fridge, okay? So I just have some 3 cheese Mexican. Now, I usually prefer like bold cheddar cheese mixtures. But remember, we want to use what we got. Everything isn't about running to the supermarket to get something. You can make a nice recipe with what you got in your refrigerator, I bet you. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take our cheese, our 3 cheese Mexican cheese, which is a blend of sharp cheddar, Colby, and Monterey Jack cheeses. Good blend. So then I'm just going to pour this on, a lot of it. Oops. I think that's enough cheese. What about you? Okay, but that's okay. This is live, so we're doing what we can do. Okay, so now we got our scallions and our cheese and our polenta. Now we're just gonna shape this puppy just like a burger, but except for it's polenta. This is kind of therapeutic, and I'm just really hoping that this cheese and the scallion is thoroughly, and it is going to be thoroughly. I think I'm going to make one fried polenta out of this. I don't want to make two. I don't feel like separating. See, this is what I'm doing. Just putting everything together. It's going to get messy, but you know, it's live. I'm not trying to keep it cute. I'm trying to keep it real. Okay, I'm not one of these people that just throw up a pretty picture on social media. Now I'm going to show you the process of how it goes down, okay? Okay. Oh, this is looking pretty. Ooh. Man, when we fry this up, this is going to be so nice. And by the way, I'm going to air fry this. Now, if you're wondering how this is binding up, because you know how usually polenta falls apart or whatever, when I cooked this polenta, I had a lot of butter in it. So that butter, and then I let it sit out for a while after I cooked it. So it became a little bit firm on its own, and then the butter makes it easier to mold. And I didn't have to add anything because it's already cooked in butter, and so that's kind of like the binding agent here. Okay, that is like a dinosaur polenta cake. That really is a dinosaur polenta cake. But I don't feel like making two of them, okay? So let me be great. And you know sometimes you get home and you don't feel like cooking like that. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, Lord. Jesus. Alrighty. Whew. So there we go. This is a fried, this is a polenta cheddar cheese scallion polenta cake fried. Well, we're going to fry it now, so after we get it done. Okay, and this should still be firm. I'm just giving it a little bit of let me do something like okay. And all right, so I'm gonna put this puppy in my air fryer, okay? Because why not? And then we're gonna see how it looks when we are done. Oh, I gotta wipe off my hands here because let me get this tissue towels. Ooh, I got this many paper towels cooking. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Okay. That doesn't look too bad, does it? Not too shabby. Okay. We made a little mess, but that's okay. So now our polenta is in the cool down phase. I had to put it in the air fryer for about 20 minutes or so to get that texture. Now, you're probably thinking, what in the world can you pair up with fried polenta with cheddar cheese and homegrown scallions? In all honesty, you can eat it as a meal by itself, but there's plenty of things that can complement it. So first, let's get this polenta, which should be cool now. 1 second. So this is our beautiful polenta. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. And one thing I like about fried polenta, even when it's not perfectly shaped, it still looks good by virtue of its nice brown crust that it gets when you air fry it. Now, if you're frying this in the pan with oil, I think you could probably do it, depending on how thick your fried polenta cake is, maybe like 3 or 4 minutes on each side. Okay, it really just depends on how big your polenta cake is. Since that one was pretty big, we did that for 20 minutes. I'm going to put this in view for you. Okay, so for those of you who like to eat with something, eat your polenta with something. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I have, took some baby kale out the refrigerator and I let it sit in some homemade marinade because I usually make my own dressings and everything. So basically what this is, what you're seeing right here, this is baby kale and I marinated it in some molasses and some vinegar, okay? And so let me just show you what I use. You can use anything you like, but, excuse me. This is it. Literally just vinegar and molasses, and I put a little salt in there, and you don't even need the salt, to be honest. So if you're a person that likes your polenta paired with something, that's fine. So in my case, because I like to pair mine with salad, just gonna put that there nice and okay. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna put this to the side. And voila. That simple. That's simple. So that's what you can do with your homegrown scallions, okay? And once again, I'm just gonna pull this out here. Get this cheese out the way. Scallions you can grow all year round, and they grow really, really fast. So even though we just harvested these today, probably in the next 3 or 4 days, they'll probably be taller than this lamp. That's how fast that they grow. And once again, scallions are one of those things you can grow indoors all year long. The only thing you need is a little flower pot, some soil freshly bought from the garden store or your local store. Do not use outdoor soil to do indoor gardening because you're bringing in insect eggs and all this other stuff. Like, don't do it. So, and once again, once we've planted the roots, and since we've harvested it, it has grown, and no problem, we're just gonna put it under here, and we're gonna turn this light on like that, and it's gonna grow. I'm going to keep this, as I said earlier, under here instead of putting it on my chair where the lamp light is positioned higher, because I noticed that sometimes I don't eat the things that I'm growing to eat. Sometimes I just look at them because they're so pretty. So when this gets big and touches that bulb, that forces me to harvest it, i.e. eat it. And I have to get creative and use what I have to make a meal out of it. Okay? So that's it. And once again, here's a look at our meal. Fried polenta with cheddar cheese and homegrown scallions, and we have some baby kale, and I cut up some onions too, and made my own little marinade simply with vinegar and molasses and a touch of sea salt. That's it. And this could be lunch, dinner, or breakfast. Bon appetit. Until the next episode of Indoor Garden with Moni, Garden and Home, Grow Your Own. Walk good and eat well. You can find more tutorials on indoorgardenwithmoni.com. Once again, that's indoorgardenwithmoni.com, and it's spelled with the M-O-N-I. By the way, I forgot to eat it. It just tastes like, I know my stuff tastes good, so I'm not, but. I always love the shallot. Oh my God.
She's a cheesy lover. Until next time.